तेजस्विनावधेतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। ओम निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओं श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादश स्कंदः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ पारायणम् एकविंशोऽध्यायः। Let us do the Parayanam of 21st chapter, 11th Skandha of Bhagavata Purana. These Parayanams will give us authority for all the knowledges which we are trying to understand. Our study is not without basis or without support or substratum. Our study is not just out of our own whims and fancies, not it is out of some any non-authority. We are studying Shastra. From the Shastra Adhara, we are studying the truth reality with the help of the proper authority called Shastras. That is a speciality in our classes. We don't just talk just like that. We take the help of our Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa, which makes Sanatana Dharma. ओम अथ एकविंशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच 21 chapter 11th skandha य एतान्मत्पथो हित्वा भक्तिज्ञानक्रियात्मकान् क्षुद्रान् कामांश्चलैः प्राणैः जुषन्तः संसरन्ति ते स्वे स्वेधिकारे या निष्ठा सगुणः परिकीर्तितः विपर्यस्तु दोषः स्यात् उभयोरेष निश्चयः शुद्ध्य शुद्धि विधीयेते समानेष्वपि वस्तुषु द्रव्यस्य विचिकित्सार्थं गुणदोषौ शुभाशुभौ धर्मार्थं व्यवहारार्थं यात्रार्थमिति चानघ दर्शितोऽयं मयाचारः धर्ममुद्वहतां धुरं भूम्यं वग्न्यनिलाकाशाः भूतानां पञ्चधातवः आब्रह्मस्थावरादीनां शारीरा आत्मसंयुताः वेदेन नामरूपाणि विषमाणि समेष्वपि धातुशुद्धवकल्प्यन्ते एतेषां स्वार्थसिद्धये देशकालादिभावानां वस्तूनां मम सत्तम गुणदोषो विधीयेते नियमार्थं हि कर्मणाम् अकृष्णसारो देशानाम् अब्रह्मण्यो अशुचिर्भवेत् कृष्णसारोऽप्यसौ वीरः कीकटो असंस्कृतेरिणम् कर्मण्यः गुणवान् कालः द्रव्यतः स्वत एव वा यतो निवर्तते कर्म स दोषो अकर्मकः स्मृतः द्रव्यस्य शुद्ध्यशुद्धि च द्रव्येण वचनेन च संस्कारेणाथ कालेन महत्त्वाल्पयथयाथवा शक्त्या शक्त्याथवा बुद्ध्या समृद्ध्या च यदात्मने अगम कुर्वन्ति हि यथा देशावस्थानुसारतः धान्यदार्वस्थितन्तूनां रसतैजसचर्मणां कालवायुवग्निमत्मृत्तोयैः पार्थिवानां युतायुतैः अमेध्यलिप्तं यद्येन गन्धं लेपं व्यपोह्यति भजते प्रकृतिं तस्य तत् शौचं तावदिश्यते स्नानदानतपोवस्था वीर्यसंस्कारकर्मभिः मत्स्मृत्या च आत्मनः शौचं शुद्धः कर्माचरेत् द्विजः मन्त्रस्य च परिज्ञानं कर्मशुद्धिर्मदर्पणं धर्मः सम्पद्यते षड्भिः अधर्मस्तु विपर्ययः क्वचित् गुणोऽपि दोषः स्यात् दोषोऽपि विधिना गुणः गुणदोषार्थनियमः तद्भिदामेव बाधते समानकर्माचरणं पतितानां न पातकम् औत्पत्तिको गुणः सङ्गः न शयानः पतत्यधः यतो यतो निवर्तेत विमुच्येत ततस्ततः एष धर्मो नृणां क्षेमः शोकमोहभयावहः विषयेषु गुणाध्यासात् पुंसः सङ्गस्ततो भवेत् सङ्गात् तत्र भवेत् कामः कामादेव कलिर्नृणां कलिर्दुर्विषः क्रोधः तमस्तमनुवर्तते तमसा ग्रस्यते पुंसः चेतना व्यापिनी द्रुतं तया विरहितः साधो जन्तुः शून्याय कल्पते ततोऽस्य स्वार्थविभ्रंशः मूर्छितस्य मृतस्य च विषयाभिनिवेशेन नात्मानं वेदना परं वृक्षजीविकया जीवन् व्यर्थं भस्त्रेव यः श्वसन् फलश्रुतिरियं नॄणां न श्रेयो रोचनं परं श्रेयो विवक्षया प्रोक्तं यथा भैषज्यरोचनम् उत्पत्त्यैव हि कामेषु प्राणेषु स्वजनेषु च आसक्तमनसो मर्त्याः आत्मनोऽनर्थहेतुषु न तान् विदुषः स्वार्थं भ्राम्यतो वुजुनाध्वनि कथं युञ्ज्यात् पुनस्तेषु तान् स्तमो विशतो बुधः एवं व्यवसितं केचित् अविज्ञाय कुबुद्धयः फलश्रुतिं कुसुमितां न वेदज्ञा वदन्ति हि कामिनः कृपणाः लुब्धाः पुष्पेषु फलबुद्धयः अग्निमुग्धा धूमतां ताः स्वं लोकं न विदन्ति ते न ते मामङ्गजानन्ति हृदि स्थम्य इदं यतः उक्तशस्त्रा हि असुतृपः यथा निहारचक्षुषः ते मे मतमविज्ञाय परोक्षं विषयात्मकाः हिंसायां यदि रागः स्यात् यज्ञ एव न चोदना हिंसा विहाराह्यालब्धैः पशुभिः ससुखेच्छया यजन्ते देवता यज्ञैः पितृभूतपतेन् खलाः स्वप्नोपमम् अमुं लोकम् असन्तं श्रवणप्रियम् आशिषो हृदि सङ्कल्प्य त्यजन्त्यर्थान् यथा वणिको रजसत्त्वतमो निष्ठा रजसत्त्वतमोजुषः उपासते हीन्द्रमुख्यानु देवादीन् न तथैव माम इष्ट्वेह देवता यज्ञैः गत्वा रंस्यामहे दिवि तस्यान्त इह भूयास्म महाशाला महाकुलाः एवं पुष्पितया वाचा व्याक्षिप्तमनसां नृणां मानिनां चातिस्तब्धानां मद्वार्ता विनरोचते वेदा ब्रह्मात्मविषयाः त्रिकाण्डविषया इमे परोक्षवादा ऋषयः परोक्षं मम च प्रियं शब्दब्रह्म सुदुर्बोधं प्राणेन्द्रियमनोमयम् अनन्दवारं गम्भीरं दुर्विगाह्यं समुद्रवतो मयोपबृंहितं भूम्ना ब्रह्मणानन्तशक्तिना भूतेषु घोषरूपेण विशेषूर्णेव लक्ष्यते यथोर्णनाभिर्हृदयात् ऊर्णामुद्वमते मुखात् आकाशात् घोषवान् प्राणः मनसा स्पर्शरूपिणा छन्दोमयो अमृतमयः सहस्रपदवीं प्रभुः ओङ्कारात् व्यञ्जितस्पर्श स्वरोष्मान्तस्थभूषितां विचित्रभाषा विददां छन्दोभिश्चतुरुत्तरैः अनन्तपारां बृहतीम सृजत्याक्षिपदे स्वयं गायत्र्युष्णिग् अनुष्टुप् च बृहती पङ्क्तिरेव च त्रिष्टुप् जगत्यति छन्दः यत्यष्ट्यति जगद्विराट् किं विदत्ते किमाचष्टे किमनोद्य विकल्पयेत् इति अस्य हृदयं लोके न अन्यः मद्वेद कश्चन मां विधत्ते मां विकल्प्यापोह्यते त्वहम् एतावान् सर्ववेदार्थः शब्द आस्थाय मां विदां मायामात्रमनुद्यान्ते प्रतिषिध्यः प्रसीदति इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे एकविंशोऽध्यायः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नारायण। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, श्रीव्यास शरणं मम, श्रीसूत शरणं मम, श्रीभागवत शरणं मम, श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम, श्रीनारद शरणं मम, श्रीकुमार शरणं मम, श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम, श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। 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 ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः, अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चत कर्हिचित्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः। मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ अष्टाविंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Saluting all Bhagavatacharyas, avatars, bhaktas, gurus, sadhakas, and our own Ishtadeva, Bhagavan Krishna, Shruti Mata, Parabrahma, having saluted all of them. What we just chanted in 21st first chapter, the essence is very relevant to the topic 28, which we are studying chapter. What he said was, Ki Gunadosha Drushti, then the Karma Phala Drushti. These two were being discussed exhaustively in that chapter. Only for those who are jivas having their own avidya, for them only guna and dosha subject is discussed. And also the pushpita vakya of doing this karma and that karma and karma phala also is for the totally avidyagrasta people. Point one. Even to those avidyagrasta people, these pushpitavani of the Vedas only indicating to do this or that upasana or yajna and karma to get a particular result. Also is only to lift their attention first of all as a faith onto the scripture shastra, then after the same shastra. When this person through karma kanda, by getting whatever the results he wants, he develops the faith and devotion in that karma kanda. The same Veda teaches him later on about that which is beyond everything, called as Parama Atma Tattva. Ultimately, teaching Paramatma Tattva is the purpose of Shastras. Giving mukti to the jivas is the purpose of Paramatma. Every jiva's life also is fulfilled only in the absolute, not in relative. So, unless therefore you are in touch with the masters who have reached the peak, this information, this knowledge will not come to us. And we are with the other masters or anybody who teaches only the lower topic of the Vedas called as Yajna Karma Kanda, with which we only will be as a Karta Bhokta through Karma and Karma Phala, live a limited life of only Jiva and Deha. This is the essence of that 21 chapter. Very powerfully, Bhagavan has given us. And we have spent around 12 13 days, in fact, every day to study the entire chapter. Therefore, all this drama goes on. Let it go on. But slowly, steadily, by effort one's own, by the grace of that Shrotriya Brahmanishta Guru, let us start allowing them to inform us about the mukti only through Tattva Jnanam. Mukti through the Jnanam of the Tattva, of the entire universe, being one without second self. That knowledge we should go on, keep on developing, increasing, making that stronger in us, slowly jump into the track of discovering that truth. Other than that, when we live only this world of relativity, how much ever good it looks like, but the good is only superficial, temporary. How, which example I can give? No, I don't know. Something clicking. Let us see how it develops. It's right or not. Like we do variety of upasanas to all the devatas according to the authority of scriptures only. Let us say for the health of the deha or the wealth. But rule of the world is what? The body cannot be permanent, no? The wealth also cannot be permanent. So, devatas definitely give us the health, also the wealth, but they also have a limitation of giving. They can give, like Yamaraj tells to Nachiketa, as long as I am in the power, you can live, he says. Swayam cha jiva sharado yavadichasi. And all the wealth that is in my disposal, I give to you. But Yamadharmaraja himself has an expiry date. After that, Nachiketa cannot live, and the wealth which was given to him, as long as Yamaraj was there, is with him. When he gets retired, it doesn't belong to him then. Everything in the world, you may ask, they may give. So what? Like all yoga I do, all the physical exercise I do, every discipline of the body, with that 20, 30 years more, I may live more healthily compared to others, which is very good, very essential duty of everyone. But that cannot be the final goal. Living as a deha cannot be the fulfillment. Point is that. In the same way, as a jiva, conditioned with any great upadhis, okay, becoming even Indra Chandra Brahma, also are not ultimate. Ultimate is only in knowing and being one with the truth or the self or the reality. If this is caught, everything is caught. If this misses, everything misses. That's why you see people in this world, they are gaining everything. The purpose of all Purana is only to say this, that all the so-called big Rakshasas, with so much of tapasya, effort, what a great things they gained. Unimaginable. Even Devatas cannot do. But what did they do with what they gained and what it gave them at the end? Nothing but again here Mrityu, there Naraka. Where is the simple sadhus, sannyasins, without any of even the siddhis, any of the powers or any positions or the wealth, small kutya. But there they pursued in their own humbleness, being guided by their own ancestors, the gurus, the path of ultimate truth. When they recognize that they are in the eternal bliss, unchanging bliss, is it not? Now it is in front of you. You decide. Because even though it is 11th skandha, Mukti Marga, Mukti skandha, first of all, why we should understand what is Mukti, सेकंड, वी शुड फील वेदर वी वांट द मुक्ति और नॉट. पहले अंडरस्टैंड करना पड़ता है, फिर सोचो ये इसको कहते हैं मुक्ति, बाकी सब मुक्ति नहीं है. मुक्ति के नाम पे बंधन ही है, टेम्पररी है. सोचो. It takes time. Every individual, only in the high level of maturity, can think these things and apprehend where is mukti and also accept it. To him only the pure Vedanta Jnana of Upanishads, which was started from chapter 22, now it is beautifully explained and concluded in 28th chapter, is listenable, meaningful, and valid only to such people. They are called as highly paripakva. All others who are seeking anything other than the moksha through jnana, anything other is the dharma, artha, kama, all of them are not so completely matured in their understanding. That's why Bhagavan said, keep studying, keep listening, then you will understand where mukti is. Seek that. Seek truth, seek self, seek the eternal, seek Paramatma. Seek that one substratum beyond and behind all the multiple names and forms. At a higher level, which we are studying from last 2 3 days in chapter, that alone actually, in fact, the reality. That alone is absolute truth. All of them, in fact, like a dream, projected only. Therefore, a projection lasts as long as you are unaware or ignorant. जादूगर की जादू जब तक चलाएगा तब तक ही रहेगा वो. Dream will not be eternal. Waking cannot be eternal. Any pada cannot be eternal. That which is Deshakala Atita alone can be eternal, and that is only Paramatma Tattva, which is very sublime, very intricate, not easily comprehensible, no doubt. But remember, the whole world is so easy to gain, but it is temporary to bind. And the self is so tough and difficult to gain, but not impossible. But if someone pursues, if not today, maybe after some lives, he will definitely get. And remember, all of us, as a jiva, totally no mind, no with no yes, being a worldly person, also eking out our sukha dukkha every life, depending on the past, deciding for the future, unknowingly, ignorantly. So, to a sadhaka, you and I also are continuing our adhyatmika journey from past life to this, from this to next. Only thing is, in this life, how much maximum with our understanding we shift our track of life, our track of doings from the worldliness to the spiritual. This defines our further lives. If in this life, toward the end, especially 10, 20 years, to the extent possible, if we are able to mold ourselves toward the spiritual sadhana only through the study of Shastra, contemplation, meditation, try to understand the self intellectually, then try to be one with that. All these efforts give more and more these type of samskaras in us. With this, our further lives will be continuing in that spiritual journey. That much contribution to every one of us we have to give to ourselves. In this way, if it is done in this life, well and good. If not, next life. Next life में नहीं हुआ तो अगले में. But then be in this track only. Remember, there are shastras, moksha shastras, dharma, artha, kama shastras. There are the people who endorse and inspire us in moksha marga. There are also people who tell us in dharma, artha, kama. There in the world, there are avenues, opportunities are there to pursue the Mukti Marga. There also the avenues, opportunities are there to pursue the Bandha Marga of these three. Energies are same, talents are same, abilities are same, opportunities given are same, and finally, freedom is given to us, choice is ours. All is in our hands. And this, having heard, just know what we said, do the antar chintanam, antar mathanam. Then slowly come to your own decision. Decision also is hanging only for some time. ये डिसीजन होता है इसलिए यहाँ आते थोड़ा दिन, फिर वो डिसीजन होता है, फिर उधर जाते हैं, फिर वहाँ से इधर आते हैं, वो चलता ही रहेगा थोड़ा सा. But all that, what I feel personally is, when we hold on to a guru and nirantara satsanga on the shastra, definitely our decision for adhyatmika sadhana and mukti, wala palda, will become bari slowly. In that cross, this will become heavier if we have support of shastra, guru, satsang. Relentless. देखो कहीं ना कहीं फंसे हुए हैं हम संसार में, उससे बाहर आने के लिए भी कहीं ना कहीं फंसना चाहिए। इसको फंसना कहते हैं क्योंकि इच्छा नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी इच्छा हो या ना हो उसमें फंसो तो वही हमको मुक्ति देगा। बाई चॉइस फॉर आनंद वी गेट इनटू द वर्ल्ड एंड फंस गए। बाई चॉइस इवन दो इट इज डिफिकल्ट, लेट अस first job in Shastra and Satsanga and Guru, and they open up us, for us, the gates of moksha, intellectual knowledge, thereafter the techniques also. So all these data should always be in our thinking. In the contemplation of this, when our choice is of Paramatma, for that when we understand the sadhana is slowly becoming gunatrayatita, avastayatrayatita, deyatrayatita, in that attempt to know and even start doing itself. Slowly, the upaditadatmya goes away. Accordingly, the samsara also reduces. You can conspicuously feel it. Like when I know my goal is Paramatma Tattva, and for that, Shastra Adhyanam, Mananam Chintanam, Dhyanam is the means. When I am trying to involve in that pursuit of that itself, all my identity with upadhis start getting reduced. All dukkha is in upadhis. And upadhi gives me dukkha because I identify with that. That's what Bhagavan is going to teach you after 5-6 slokas in this very chapter. You can feel body will have bimari, but you know the body has bimari, not me. I am a sadhaka wanting to know myself. The jiva has a financial problem maybe in the world, but the sadhaka in me pursuing Paramatma has nothing to do with finance. So too, the mental man in me may be some disappointed because of some of the expected things thwarted. But I am not disturbed. I am a seeker of truth. See, this is the only way we can come out of the samsara dukkha, born out of the upadhi tadatmya. It is not escapism. It is a wise way of living. More wisdom is when we really pursue the self relentlessly, study Shastra, understand all the knowledge about the self and the concepts given for contemplation, meditation, the Pratibimbavada, the Avachedavada, the example of Ghatakasha इत्यादि, ये सब सुनकर मनन को चिंतन करते करते nearing to the absolute truth is the best thing we can do for ourselves. So this is the entire 11th Skandha's Uddeshya, which is being spoken from first topic of the Navayogi Varnana onwards. That is why this chapter is called Mukti, and that is what to the best of his disciple and devotee, and what to say, uh, Bhagavan Krishna wants to give, whether it is Arjuna or Uddhava. To the best only is given. So they are best, this is given, therefore this must be the best. Anything else also is given, but it is not the best. He gave Jnanam. Uddhava also caught that knowledge, goes to Badrinath, revels in contemplation in that, then he transcends all the Upadhi and Maya, discovers the truth and self. Lo, he is liberated. His bhakti continues for Krishna out of gratitude. He becomes the Guru later on to teach to even Krishna's Patnis and all of them, according to this Skanda Purana, Mahatmya, Bhagavad Mahatmya, etc. So, this is though little heavier thing in this. There is no Bhajana Kirtana Bhagwan, there is no Puja Upasana, there is no Naivedyam Chadav and Prasad Ghav, there is no Dhum Dadaka, a variety of singing or nataka done for the God to please Him. There is no processions done, there is no band baja. In this only a calm, quiet, deep intellectual contemplation. It is heavy, it is serious, it is not for everyone, but for all those ones who really want the ultimate, who make themselves fit for, who can think themselves fit for the ultimate. For all of them, these are the teachings. And you and I relentlessly, when we are studying Upanishads morning, and without missing even one sloka, the Bhagavata, I believe for all of us, the Ishvara, the Guru Parambara, are so Kripalu, Karunalu, with so many things they are, I think, strongly telling us to understand this and make it as goal. Otherwise, why should we have so many classes on Upanishads? And the result of all that, if the jignasa to Atma Anubhava is not born, then what else can be the Mukti Marga? Who can guide us where we go? बात सोचो थोड़ा. Everyone, personally. It's not I am telling you now, I am telling to myself. That I am studying on the Shastra so much, talking on it. If within myself I am not convinced that the Paramatma Prapti alone is Mukti Hetu, therefore let me pursue Adhyatma Marga only, exclusively, purely. Of course, there will be struggles en route because of upadhis, because of prarabdhas, because of pitfalls in between. वो तो होता ही है. But this is my convinced. If this is not done, there is no meaning to all my teachings to myself. So to all of us. So in general, we have to study. Text wise, we have to study. And study or understand from our own personal standpoint, individual standpoint. Why I am given this 2 3 years of convenience by the Lord to relentlessly listen morning, evening. It is not my choice. It is not my effort. If it's my choice, my effort, I would have done long back onwards. It is grace, it is krupa. Now, through this grace and krupa, what Bhagavan wants to convey and how to understand it. And what he is conveying only one thing, what is in your interest. And through all this, what is in my interest? In my interest is only the Tattva Jnana and Moksha. Let thought that be the final. Like when you churn the buttermilk, the butter comes out. So too, if one question is asked, what is the outcome of our 2 years of study of Upanishad and Bhagavata? Is only one. The Paramatma Prapti is Mukti Hetuhu, and I pursue only that. And if you remember or not, last 350 days, 350th day, I think, 11th Skandha, every day we are saying that Mukti Hitva Anyatha Rupam Swarupena Vyavastitihi, giving up our Anyatha Rupam of being a Jiva with the Upadhis, giving up our Anyatha Rupam of being a Jiva with Upadhis, taking up our Swarupa is the Mukti Hetu. Is what is the name of this skandha itself. So let us see how strong this is happening in the first conviction, then a feeling of urgency, then readiness to give up everything, do everything. In and through that, the Ishvara Krupa, Guru Krupa, Shastra Krupa, Nirantara we have to do prartha. Because without that Divya Shakti of these Rishi Muni Gush Devata, at this present level, our antakaranas neither have the ability to study, nor the ability to get convinced, nor the ability to move ahead. Mhm. After 25 years of business, you can expand, business to 10 branches. But in the first 2 3 years, we have to depend on banks for the loan, other firms for the loan, then the helping group of people of all sorts, working staff, all, शुरू में 4 5 साल, you will not even get even rupee profit. You only will be spending in clearing the loans and all of their help. But as you start establishing, slowly the profit starts happening. After 20 years, you can think with the profits gained to establish the same firm in so many branches. You and I are at the initial level. Without the help of Bhagavan's Krupa, Guru Parampara Krupa, Shruti Mata Krupa, our initiation starting will not happen. That's how the government schemes, many are there for startups. है ना, शुरू करो, हम इन्वेस्टमेंट दे देंगे आपको. Then continue, it clicks because working hard, you grow. In the same way, we at this level can never imagine that we have all the strength by ourselves with us that we can do. We need Nirantara Guru Smarana, Guru Parampara Smarana. Swaguru, Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva. Yeah, and also Paramatma in his Mahat Brahma Rupa, Ram Shiva Krishna Rupa, Devi Rupa, all. कितने रूपों में आप करोगे उतना अच्छा. एक ही रूप में you can have full faith without doubt, that also works. But always that should be in the heart. I am at this level of no capacity to convince myself to get into the path and move, but I want to because I have studied Shastra. Shastra Adhyanam gives only the goal, means to walk in the means relentlessly to go to goal. How much time, how much energy, how much effort, how much sacrifice, how much struggles to be, we have to go through. It's like in India. To make India as Hinduism, now how many struggles we have to go through? India is a Hindu nation. All international fellows will obstruct. उसको तो कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है, but still. The neighbors will shout. They are not interested, they are not related only. Within the nation, all other non-Hindu religions will shout more than all of them. Hindus only for their political gain, they oppose. No, we have to be secular only. Our own India to declare it a Hindu nation, कितना मुश्किल होता है. In the same way, our own self, to pursue the path of our own self, so many oppositions will come. Our own Dehendriya Manobuddhi will not accept. Our own prarabdha habits become very big obstructions. Who will help us? Is not the Devata Guru. I'm telling you, please take it from me as a fact. How many lives we might have done, prarthana to Bhagavan, expressing the desire to study Shastra, that by His grace they are fulfilled in this life. In the same way, we are praying now. Bhagavan, along with Adhyanam Swadhyayam, may we enter into Manana Chintana Nididhyasanam so that the Anubhuti comes to us. This desire we are expressing singly. All other desires we have dropped. Even 2, 3 are there, we request you to eliminate them. We have no objection. In whatever the way you can eliminate. But this is our goal and you should accept it, understand? Empower us now. Every level, empower me. The empowerment is what? The remembrance of the Vedanta slokas, remembrance of their literal meaning, the remembrance of their indicated meaning, and understanding, remembrance of the sadhana that is indicated in that. This is all called His grace. When it comes, it will happen. Then the willingness to do the dhyana adi, conveniences for doing so, initiation to do so, consistency while doing so, while doing consistently without missing the path or focus. ये सब कृपा से ही होते हैं. हमको तो निश्चय लेना है, लेकिन शक्तियां हमारे पास नहीं है. Is it not? Like I want to become PM, निश्चय, but मेरा पास थोड़ी है शक्ति हो. I have to go and beg the people, request them, show them my manifesto, prove to them that I am worthy and all. They all have to feel, agree, then elect me through the political system. तब जाकर वो मौका होता है मुझे. है ना? Desire is mine, but help is by so many. In the same way. Okay. See, the fact is in every Devata Guru Rupa, my own Paramatma Tattva is there. If you are so much directly fixed in that, then seek all inspiration and help from the self within, which is ultimate. We have never denied that. It's always there. But are we at that level? Yes, do it. Else, you have to do Omkara Upasana, Mahadharma Upasana, all Indra Varuna, Shanna Mitra Samvaruna. You have to go on saying only. Sharirame Vicharsham, Jivame Madhumatama, Bhatram Karne Vishunyama, Ho Devaha, Bhatram Pashima, Akshami, Ho Yajatraha. These are all beggary only. There is no way. This is the only way. That and the whole world is managed by the phenomenal gods. Unless their anugraha comes, huh? help comes, upadhis will not stop us troubling us. Upadhis will not start helping us. ये सब मिलकर साधना याद धीरे धीरे. In today's introduction, taking the help of the 21st chapter, we just are rethinking ki, what is the outcome result that is of this our relentless study. Are we passing time or wasting time or entertainment? Or under some compulsion we are coming? There is no other way. Nowhere to go, nobody is calling me. Or is it a fancy to tell others? Or any substantial thing? The substantial is this. We will not stop till the goal of Aham Brahmasmi is reached. Like Nachiketas, like all those greater Jignasusu. How to do? It will be opened up. We now, after convinced of the goal, our upasana for our Ishtadeva will be more intense now. Our prayer to our Guru Tattva, Guru Parampara, Guru Deva is more intense now. Our own personal effort also. लिटिल मोर एडेड. हमारा एफर्ट बहुत कम ही होता है क्योंकि हम इतने ताकत वाले शक्तिशाली नहीं होते हैं. यू वांट टू डू मेडिटेशन दैट डे ओनली द बैक विल पेन गॉन फॉर 10 days. I to recognize one thing, Baba. To any good, do good, any good work of social service, or to do any of the great spiritual sadhana, we as individuals have no awkat at all. It is only His choice, His grace. Prabhu hi kripa bhayam sabukaj. Not by ours. When we recognize it and with gratitude we extend more and more prayer upasanas to them, then they recognize it and empower us more. In this way, slowly, steadily, day by day, inside spiritually we have to grow. Outside the prarabdha, the deha, the old age, the diseases, even the death, वो हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. जो होगा होने दो. उसके ऊपर ज़्यादा ध्यान नहीं. ध्यान इसी के ऊपर देना. How much old I am growing, that's not the focus. How much strong I am growing in my conviction for the truth, in my prayer to the God and Guru. Because if prayer is strongly done and if He blesses, He gives that Atmanubhava, after which there will be no birth and death, no old age, disease, no pain. Every life will have the old age, disease, death as every deha. पशु पक्षी वृक्ष मनुष्य किसी भी रूप में दोबारा जन्म लो, बुढ़ापा बीमारी मृत्यु, वो तो छोड़ेगा नहीं हमको. सो दैट ऑल आर उपाधि के रिलेटेड है. हमको निरुपाधिक ब्रह्म तत्व चाहिए. क्लियर? नाउ लेट अस एंटर इनटू 20th chapter. Very gambhira. I made all this base only to prepare our mana, and these are not less than Upanishad mantras. Both of this 28th chapter of Bhagavatam, 11th Skandha, also the first sarga of Adhyatma Ramayanam, Sri Rama Hrudaya. Either you just chant them without the seeing meaning and say that it is over, or you have to pause, slowly prepare your mind and understand shloka by shloka to feel that we try to do the justification for the study. That will definitely help us. Okay. Now, yesterday we have seen up to the fifth mantra, even sixth also. Even fifth and sixth are important. Fourth also, I will just remind the chanting karke shloka ka, what is the meaning. In the same calm, cool, quiet mind, feel that meaning. That much you do. I will also do. What is that? Kim bhadram kim abhadram va dvaitasya vastunah kiyatu vachoditam tad anrutam manasadhyatamevach. Point one is everything other than me, the self, called Advaita, is avastu, unreal. उसमें वास्तवता नहीं है. Then how can there be bhadram and abhadram? That you do the ninda prashamsa. Doing ninda prashamsa means having raga dvesha, means having shatru mitra, means having samsara. Na prashamsed na garhet should be followed by raga dvesha, shatru mitra, and accordingly involving. All of that are said in one frame, one phrase. Na prashamsed na garhet. So जिस चीजों का आप प्रशंसा ग्रहणा कर रहे हो, ऑल इज द्वैत अदर देन मी, उसका वास्तविकता है ही नहीं है. Is it? Therefore, there's abhadram bhadram ho hi nahi sakta. That's what is it. Is a snake good or bad? Is a dream experience good or bad? It is zero. It's neither good nor bad because it's illusory. It's not real. Kim bhadram, kim abhadram va. And then the $1,000,000 thought. Remember, these are the shlokas, as I told yesterday also, experience of the Mahanubhavas, Jnanis. That experience they put in the words, we have to make this as our own experience. Before that, sadhana. Before that, understand. तो अंडरस्टैंड करके साधना करके हमको भी यही अनुभव में आना चाहिए. क्या अनुभव है इसमें? सी फ्रॉम कृष्णा स्टैंड पॉइंट, he is in the Advaita Atmanubhava. From that standpoint, he is saying anything other than we call as Dvaita is a Vastu. In that Bhadra Abhadra discussion is invalid. He is in that state of experience. From there he is speaking. It should become our experience. So to the second line. Vacha uditam manasadhyatam. Okay, Vacha uditam tadanrutam manasadhyatam evacha tadanrutam. Anything spoken by the mouth, anything thought by the mind, both of them are anrutam real. And in the same tone, listen to other sentence that the reality is neither spoken by the mouth nor conceptualized by the mind. इसलिए यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह. मन वाणी परमात्मा को पकड़ नहीं सकते और मन वाणी जिस चीज को पकड़ते हैं वो परमात्मा नहीं है, वो अनात्मा है, वो फिर नश्वर है, वो मिथ्या है, वो माया है. These are the slokas should be written, and if not today, even after million lives, that is what every one of us have to realize. In that there are no hallucinations, formalities. कर पाओगे या ना कर पाओगे उसी में फर्क होता है, लेकिन फैक्ट्स चेंज नहीं किए जाते. Like you have to speak truth, satyam vada, dharmam chara. Whether you are able to do them or not, the statement of facts won't get altered. Is it not? करो ना करो मरो हो तुम्हारा हाथ. बट सत्य बोलना, धर्म का आचरण करना, ये इटर्नल वैल्यूज होते हैं. In the same way, anything other than self is Dvaitam, it is avastu, therefore it cannot be described as good or bad. Anything thought by mind is a concept, not reality. Anything spoken by the mouth is a word, not reality. These are all facts, whether you like or not, whether you understand or not, accept or not. Through practice, you reach to the experience of self from where all these are understood in this way, that you do or not. ये तो fact. Bhagavan is speaking such naked, true, blunt, bitter, non acceptable facts. Then we explained yesterday, day before, why they are asatyam or anrutam. Satyam is that which is in all three periods of time. Whichever is past में है, future में है, present में नहीं है, या past में नहीं है, future में है, all that जो पहले नहीं था, बाद में नहीं होगा वह, all of that is mithya. These are all standard definitions. Now, if this is really digested, slowly will we not stop or reduce worrying about everything other than self? That is why in the Vanaprastha Ashrama, through the study of Shastra and Tapasya, we have to start devaluing the world, valuing only Paramatma. Then only the mind regathers that calmness and quietness, using which when we enter into deep meditation, in that we transcend all Stula Sukshma Karana, we transcend all Triputi of Jnata, Jnanam and Gnayam, and we recognize that, experience that. Once you know that, then it is the only reality. Till it is reached, it appears to be vague because we are in this, like in dream, dream appears to be real. Only when you wake up, you know that is unreal, this is real. ये तो किसी को भी वो, nobody can escape this thing. Okay? Only when you establish in the Atma Anubhava, all the thing becomes clear. Till that time, with faith, with strength of knowledge of Shastra and conviction, keep on pursuing. These are the two shlokas. Examples were, now the very, very important thing, as a spiritual seeker, whoever understands it, alone are real spiritual seeker. Who don't understand or accept it, they are at the lower level. What is that? Finally, let me tell you statement of fact. Then what is the shloka relevant? Here, statement of fact is what? Because the world is experienced, it need not be real. Bas. Because the self is not experienced an object, it cannot be unreal. Yaad rakh lena. Why this has to be so importantly understood is because we are experiencing the world, therefore we think it is real. Because we are taking this as real, we are here only, we are not able to listen or understand about something real which is beyond. That was the difference between all the other ordinary students in the ashram or pursuers and the Maha Chamasya Rishi in our Taittiriya Upanishad. Everyone saw Bhurvo Swaha, Bhurvo Swaha. They could not see the fourth. Only Maha Chamasya Pravedayate. Mahaiti Tad Brahma Sa Atma. Only Maha Chamasya. All the names of the great rishis, Maha Chamasya, Chamasaha, then this Prachina Yogya, then we have already chanted, but meaning will come tomorrow day after. Satyavacha Rati Taraha Taponishta Paurishishtihi, then Swadhyaya Pravachanako Maudgalyaha, then Tushankor Vedan Vachanam. The names of 6, 7 great rishis of Brahmajnana come in the Shastras, in our Taittiriya Upanishad. तैतरीय उपनिषद छठवें ऋषि ना स्मरण कराता है, भगवत स्मरण कराता है, ब्रह्म स्मरण कराता है, ओम का स्मरण कराता है, इनसे चन्नो मित्र आदि करके सारे देवताओं का स्मरण कराता है. ऋतम सत्यम स्वाध्याय तप दम शम करके ऑल ऑफ दैट साधना दे मेक अस डू. देन वेद मनुचाचार्य अंत्यवासन मनुशास्त्रे सत्यम वद धर्मम चरा. I tell you, if one Upanishad is there so complete, is Taittiriya in small quantity. That way, Chandogya Brahadaranyaka contain all this, but they are the big bulky ones. By the way, I am just quoting the Upanishad में जो बताया महाचमस्य ने देखा बाकी नहीं देख पाए यहाँ भी. The catching this fact that because it is experienced, it is real, and because it is not experienced objectively, it is unreal. That notion we have to come out. Which is little difficult. And little inquiry करो. थोड़ा लाइक कुर्सी पे बैठ रहा हूँ मैं. इट इज एक्सपीरियंस एज रियल बट इंक्वायर अबाउट इट. वेयर इज अ कुर्सी देयर? इट्स ओनली प्लास्टिक. वेयर द प्लास्टिक इट इज देयर? इट्स ओनली अ मटेरियल केम आउट ऑफ द अर्थ. वेयर फ्रॉम द अर्थ केम? स्लोली गो बैक. Everything came from Sadvastu only. Sadvastu is not seen, Kurchi is seen. Sad is not experienced, but Kurchi is experienced. But still, on deeper inquiry of Karya Karana, there is no chair, even though you sit it on it. Paramatma only there. इस तरह से हर एक चीज में हमको देखना है. अनुभव में इनफैक्ट पॉइंट इज बात अनुभव में आ रहा है इसलिए वो असत्य है कि नहीं. कैसे अनुभव में आ रहा है? अनात्मा के रूप में. वेदांतिन एट द हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ inquiry and understanding and conviction, he just says exactly what we say opposite of it. We say, I am experiencing the world, therefore it is real. He says, you are experiencing the world, yeah, as other than you, yeah, therefore it is unreal. They have, as I gave you the example of chair now, they have done for many, many lives this parampara of the vicharana. Then they came to know the sadvastu alone is real, everything other is superimposed on that. Therefore, anything Atma Paramatma other than that is asatya only. Because it is like cinema experience but not real. Snake experience but not real. Pot experience but not real. Dream experience but not real. Is it not? Sunrise, sun setting experience not real. Blueness of sky experience but not real. How many things are experienced but not real? Dekho. The relative motion of the things not real. We saw this example in Adhyatma Ramayana yesterday. The movement of the eye we superimpose on the Jagat and say the Jagat is moving. When I am moving with my body having eyes. What is the sloka? Chaya pratyahvaya bhasaha asantopyarthakarinaha. See, asantaha bhi, though they don't exist, arthakarinaha, they give some experience. So to evam dehadayo bhavaha. In the same way, dehadi bhava also, though they are not there. Dehadaya bhava means the upadhi is here, perceiving, then the other things outside which are perceived. Do both of them. Asantaha api, you have to do the adhyar of that word from the first line, even though they are not there. Yachanti, they also give. What they give? Arthakarinaha, bhayam yachanti amrutitaha. They give bhayam and dukkha. We imagine they give sukha, therefore we pursue that. We may feel also some sukha comes, but the Guru, the Rishi here, the Krishna Bhagavan, they will give bhayam mrityu only, he says. Because that word used, then only we get vairagya. By the way, both sukha, dukkha, both anubhavas coming from the dehadi are experienced by asu, though they don't exist. Sukha aspect is not talking. Bhayam only is talking. Just to tell us, yeah, these dehadi are not there, still you take it as real, therefore you feel bhayam. Like snake is never there, but still you look, take it as a snake and you are afraid. And our thought is what? Essence of it? Asanta api arthakarinaha. Though they don't exist, still serve some purpose, give some experience. The three things are the shade or shadow, the second one was apratyahvaya, the resound, then abhasa. Abhasa is the reflection. In today's world, the pratyahvaya is all the audio recordings. Is it not? Pratyahvaya. Is there a singer seated and singing, sitting in the TV or in cell phone? कोई बैठ कर गा रहा है क्या? असंत है, बट लेकिन गाना सुनकर आप परवश हो रहे हो कि नहीं? No, even this itself can be a very good thought for contemplation. यार कोई है ही नहीं फिर भी सुनाई दे रहा. मीन्स क्या है? रियल नहीं है वो. It's very tough to catch, but how one out of million can contemplate this way? I'm watching in TV everything, but nobody is there. Still, I'm going through experiences. All this unreal. Then why am I valuing it? Is it not a movie of 1950s, 60s? You see, every actor produced, everybody died. Still, we see the movie. कोई नहीं है. इन द मूवी इटसेल्फ दे आर नॉट देयर. चलो कोई एक्ट किया करके ढूंढो, बंदा भी नहीं है, फिर भी मूवी है. एंड इट इज गिविंग अनुभव. अनुभव मीन्स व्हाट? इफ यू सी दैट मूवी नाउ, यू मे लर्न ए वैल्यू फ्रॉम इट. यू मे लर्न ए लेसन फ्रॉम इट. दैट्स कॉल्ड एज अर्थकारिणः. Is it not? Many of them misguide also, depending on the theme, etc. Okay. Now comes yesterday we saw Atmaiva tadidam vishwam srujyate srujati prabho trayate trati vishwatma hariyate harati ishvaraha. Atmaiva means the Paramatma alone, self alone. He is Prabhu, he is Ishvaraha. Vishwatma. Atma, Prabhu, Vishwatma, Ishvaraha. These are the words used for Paramatma. He is Atma, he is the self. He is Vishwatma, he is the self of all. He is Prabhu, he is Sarvasamartha. He is Ishvara, he has got everything in his control. That Paramatma we attend to. Because of all his innate powers, abilities, he is himself becoming creator, created. Srujyate, srujati. Srujyate, srujati. Srujati is he, the doer, creator. Srujyate is created. So trayate, trati. He is the trata, protector. Trayate, protected. Then hriyate, harati. He is the harati, the doer of haranam, dissolving karne wala. Hriyate, the one which is getting dissolved also is he only. Srushti, Srushtikarta. Sthitikarta, Sthitikar. Layakarta and Layam. दोनों वो एक ही परमात्मा है. No, you have to shake your head and hold these thoughts in the mind intellect. Go on the seat of meditation and sit and contemplate for days together to catch the essence of it. But one thing is true in this deep Vedantic contemplation, करने के लिए भी करने के बाद, the world loses its value, importance in us. In fact, that is the mukti actually. Thinking the world as real, seeking sukha in that, that also permanently is a samsara. छूट जाता है. That's called as Upanishad. Samsarasya visharana, ajnanasya avasadana, paramatma gamana. Visharana gati avasadana is sadehe dhatoho. उपनिषद जो सुन रहे हैं उनको ये सब पता है, याद है. That will happen. But anyway, at this level, Bhagavan is revealing such an ultimate fact to Uddhava, which is very difficult for others. क्रिएटर भी वही है, क्रिएटेड वही है, मेंटेनर भी वही है, मेंटेन्ड वही है, डिसोल्यूशन करने वाला वही है, डिसॉल्व्ड वर्ल्ड आल्सो ही. Therefore, creation, maintenance, dissolution, all the three are projections only on him. Therefore, that projection when he rejects, he remains as himself. That is called Samhritya Lokan, Vatapatra Madhye Shayanam, Adyanta Vihinam. Now, the result of this understanding is Tasman nahi atmanah anyasmat anyo bhavo viropitaha niropitaha. Is it not? Therefore, other than the Atma, which is other than the multiplicity of the world, there is no other thing as the other thing. तस्मात् न हि आत्मनः अन्यस्मात् अन्यः भावः निरूपितः. अन्यस्मात् आत्मनः अन्य भावः न निरूपितः. अन्यस्मात् आत्मन मीन्स अदर देन, अन्यस्मात् आत्मन मीन्स द सीन वर्ल्ड, उससे परे परमात्मा. परमात्मा से हटकर या अलग कोई दूसरा चीज नहीं है. At our gross level, the pot maker is maker, the pot is made, the mud is the material used. Of course, wheel and the danda. इन दिस वे एट द तत्व दृष्टि से देखो तो दुनिया में, विश्व में, जगत में ऐसे कोई दूसरा चीज नहीं है. दैट इज वाई फ्रॉम दैट स्टैंड पॉइंट ओनली everything is said as Lord means this. And many a time, millions of times, we have studied, listened the 11th chapter of Gita. But what is indicated in that is impossible to understand unless Krishna and Vyasa and Guru Krupa comes. By showing Vishwarupa, what Bhagavan was trying to indicate to Arjuna is this point only. See, Krishna alone was seen. Krishna Bhagavan and Vishwarupa. In that only, Desha, Kala, Vyakti, their Janma, their growth, all the Anubhavas they are going through with their Upadhi, and even their dying, all of that are happening in Krishna only, like on the screen, everything happening. Same thing Bhagavan Krishna did in the childhood when Brahmadeva took away all the Gopa Balakas and calves for one solid year. What did he do, Lord Krishna? He himself became the children with all their dresses, attires, facial expressions, nature, way of talking, movement, unka height, weight. Is it not? So too of all the calves, their sizes, their colors. इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? इसका अर्थ हमें क्या समझना? No, we give importance to other aspect there. Ki, by this way, Bhagavan becoming so many has removed the garva of Brahmadeva. Our drushti goes to learn that lesson. But Bhagavan did not do that lila only for that purpose. It also says that just like I became, all those hundreds or thousands jitne bhi the, ग्वाला बाला, not only the children. Remember, वही तो हमको पढ़ाया वहाँ भागवत में कि like there are 10 children from this 10 or thousands इसमें, उनका जो भी ड्रेस था वो भगवान ही बने. जो भी उनका आकार था, रंग था, रूप था, उनका वेट था, उनका बोलने का ढंग, everything he became means what? Everything is Bhagavan only, no? In a miniature form, he proved to this Brahma, to Brahma. Then Brahma, therefore, he realized and said, Bhagavan, we are all the children in your stomach. So when the child kicks the mother in the stomach, the mother doesn't feel bad. So I did this mistake to me, forgive me. We are all in Kukshigata. So that Vishwarupa और वो वाला हमको समझना है. From those this particular shloka we have to understand. Ki other than that Suprema, no other thing really exists as other than it. All this Vedantin purely for our simple understanding puts in some shlokas. Atma Vedam idam sarvam or Brahma Vedam idam sarvam. Is it not? Sarvam hi etat Brahma, ayam Atma Brahma. What is said in Upanishad, what is said in Bhagavata, what is shown by Krishna in his Leelas is same. Hmm? ईशावास्यमिदगं सर्वं सर्वं हि एतद् ब्रह्म है ना जगद विलक्षणं ब्रह्म ब्रह्मणोऽन्यन्न किंचन ब्रह्मान्यत्वाति चेत् मिथ्या यथा मरुमरीचिका little the intellect is opening up when we are putting that effort to listen है ना? और थोड़ा लाइक ना ये तो बड़ा कुआं खोदना है तो डेली थोड़ा थोड़ा करेंगे बड़ा बिल्डिंग बनाना है तो डेली थोड़ा थोड़ा करते हैं. So to the deep understanding of this truth, if it has to come to us, daily thoda 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 thoda. Every attempt of our study shastra and contemplation will take us little further in understanding and conviction. That is why relentless study, swadhyaya pravachane, swadhyaya pravachane, swadhyaya pravachane. Through these two, we will try to understand this truth. What is only one truth to understand? How much of variety of the worlds are there with all the variety of millions of things. In that, other than Paramatma, nothing is real. And this for the Telugu people in Drugdusha Veka, so simply said, Asti Bhati Priyam, Rupam Namam Cha, Iti Amsha Panchakam, Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam, Jagad Rupam Tatotve. तस्मात् नहि आत्मनः अन्यस्मात् अन्यः भावः निरूपितः. Because of all the explanations and logics, even on the seat of meditation, and we realize anything other than the Paramatma is proved to be non-existent or unreal. And this one, our Alata Shanti Kara in Karikas, Karika Kara, proved through Alata Shanti Prakarana, through all the logics, the he is Ajatavada only. He is a Brahma Paramatma alone, nothing is born. न निरोधो न चोत्पत्ति न बद्धो न च साधकः न मुमुक्षुर न वै मुक्तः इत्येषा परमार्थता. Again and again listen, again and again. And all while doing so, as a jiva when we are in the world, normally we do what is to be done. That's it. And all normal things to be done as our dharma, only for clear the debts, clear the inner obligations, called as antakarana. कोई भी फिर ओवर मत करना दुनिया में. नेवर शाउट दैट आई एम ब्रह्मा, ब्रह्म के अदर और कुछ नहीं है, आई एम ऑल परवेडिंग. पीपल डोंट लिसन, अदर्स डोंट लिसन, इट ओनली बूमरैंग्स. नथिंग ऑफ दिस abnormality should be done. वो कॉमन सेंस तो होना चाहिए. That is why a person, the more he recognizes the truth, the more strong he becomes in common sense. Therefore, he less reacts, more smilingly is in the world, in tune with what's happening in the world. मजा आता है वो. Because when it is mithya, let it go on in its own way. Why ungli क्यों लगाऊं? Why should I change? You can't advise a director. ऐसा change करो movie को, ऐसा change करो. Just accept. It's all movie only. It's nothing real. इवन में एडवाइस यार पार्ट 1 हो गया, सेकंड पार्ट निकालूंगा तो तुम्हारा आइडिया मैं उसमें ऐड करता हूँ. इवन दैट आल्सो विल बी अनरियली. थिंक अबाउट इट. देन Nirupiteyam trividha nirmula bhatiratmani idam gunamayam vidhi trividham maya krutam. Is a very solid sloka, very pregnant sloka, very gambhira shloka it is. थोड़ा आज कल बाकी ध्यान से सुनना. What it says कि इयम त्रिविधा, this trio triputi, Jagat, Ishvara, Jiva, Triputi, any of the Triputis. All these Trividha Triputi in our Vyahrati Upasana called as Bhurubhuva Swaha. See, that morning class when I explained Bhurubhuva Swaha means all the three Dehas, all the three Vyaktitvas, all the three Avasthas, and again in Jagat Avastha, all the three of Jnata, Jnanam, Neyam, Drashta, Darshanam, Drishyam. वो सारा हमने भूर्भुवः स्वः कहा. And Rishi also proved Bhuriti, I am Bhuritu, I am Lokaha, Bhuritya Antariksham, Suritya Solokaha. है ना. भूरित्वा अग्नि भूरित्यग्नौ भूरित्वाग्नि भूरित्वायु सूर्यदित्यादित्यामः इति चंद्रमाः भूरिति वै प्राणः भूरित्यपानः स्वरिति व्यानः भूरिति भूरिति रुचः भूरिति सामानी स्वरिति यजुगुंषि. You remember? 333 सारा 3 को भूर्भुवः स्वः कहा. वही यहाँ 3 कह रहे. And for any experience 3 are required. Any experience of other than the self. In the self experience, 3 dissolve, 1 remains. Therefore, it's not called as an experiencer. Experience with the presence of experiencer or experienced. The experience of self is something vilakshana that way. Therefore, it's not called even anubhava, it's called a bhava, being. Bhu is not becoming or experiencing, it is just being. वहाँ अनुभव करने वाला बंदा करने वाली वस्तु नामक 2 चीज नहीं है. उसको बस बीइंग कहते हैं. उसको self experience is just being, it's not experience. But in any other experience there are triputi. Okay, all the triputis which I have mentioned, and also the triputis of Jiva Jagat Ishvara or Sthula Sukshma Karana, all of them he says iyam trividha atmani nirupita nirmula bhati. In the pure self, they are all found to be not existing from the root. They have no root there, they have no basis there for them to stay. These triputi. Then, if at all you are seeing, now you are seeing how gunamayam vidhi idam trividham maya kritam. So, this trividham, what you are seeing is gunamayam and maya kritam. And what are the 3 vidham we see? Only 3. The dravya, the kriya, the jnana. Entire world is reduced into these 3. The dravya, the kriya, the jnana. Dravya is tamoguna, kriya is rajoguna, jnana is sattva. All these 3 are maya. Maya itself is not existing in the absolute self. Now, such a profound are these thoughts and knowledge as at our level today we may not be able to conceive them, but we should make this as goal. And daily pursue the study of Vedanta Granthas without ego, with prayer to Guru Ishvara. Slowly, Bhagavan gives that understanding. We need understanding. We don't need ego. We don't need pradarshana. We need not having any boasting. हमको प्रूव करने के लिए तो नहीं है ना ज्ञान, मुक्ति पाने के लिए. तो in a simple, humble way, Bhagavan goes on giving that knowledge if we seek through study and prayers. Only Paramatma is there. He is not seen as he is. Then the Maya came. From the Maya, 3 gunas. The 3 gunas created the world and multiplicity in that. And why multiplicity? ऐसे है ना, सत्य एक ही होता है, असत्य कितने भी हो सकते. A person honest is honest only in one way. There are 2 ways of being honest. But to be dishonest, he can be dishonest everywhere, in everything. There will be million things. This little more to be explained. Tomorrow we'll see. Then etad vidwan, the one who knows this, mat uditam, which is spoken by me. Jnana vijnana naipunam, the theoretical knowledge and the seat of deep contemplation he experiences also. Such person, nacha nindati nastauti. He neither do the ninda nor does the stuti. Loke charati Surya. He'll be like Surya Bhagavan moves. Surya is moving in his own jnana prakasha. He is neither seeing anyone nor is claiming that it is that because of me they are existing, nor is getting affected by anybody doing anything. सूर्य भगवान प्रकाश स्वरूप में रहते हैं सर्व आत्मज्ञानी अपने आत्मज्ञान में रहते हैं neither he will recognize the presence of any world other than him. Therefore, how can he say something good or bad? How can he comment on that? This is a mukti. But because we have fallen into the world of multiplicity, taking it as real, and all the qualities of them are taken as real, then guna dosha drushti we had in them. For all of that became real to us. Now, at this level, when this reality is spoken, it appears to be absolutely foreign for us. जस्ट लाइक द वन हु इज सो बिजी इन द आउटर वर्ल्ड बैठ के आंख बंद करके अंदर आत्मा को देखो कहो तो हंसेगा वो अरे आई एम सो बिजी आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड डूइंग एवरीथिंग सो फंटास्टिक व्हाट्स द नीड ऑफ सिटिंग व्हाट इज देयर मेडिटेशन ही सेज प्रवृत्ति में वाले को निवृत्ति बोलो समझ नहीं आता बिकॉज ही इज कॉट अप इन दैट वेब so we are all caught up in the web of multiplicity as real. Therefore, the reality behind all multiplicity, in whose light none of the multiplicities are really existing, to understand that deep reality, it is difficult. But start किया है धीरे धीरे होगा. Then these things that self alone is real, not anything else. That has to be recognized by the four techniques of Pratyaksha, Anumana, Nigama, Atma Samvit. What are they? Hmm? By that, how we have to comprehend the truth alone, other than that, everything is asattu. Thus, without any attachment, as a Jivan Mukta, move in this world. These are all these heavy loaded slokas. Then Uddhava will ask, then फिर परमात्मा मुक्त है उनको बंधन जीव उनको कोई साधना नहीं है जड़ जीव को भी बंधन नहीं है and then who is bound and what is liberation is a question asked, which is a very trickish and toughest nut to crack question. But Uddhava has reached to that level after listening to these 27 chapters. He asked that ultimate question. Then ultimate answer to that Bhagavan Krishna gives. This is what our Drukdesha Viveka people have listened but understood or not. Why? Speaker himself did not understand. Those slokas of 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. These 6 slokas. Sustirnama Brahma Rupe, Antardrugdusyor Bhedam, then Sakshina Parato Bhanam, then Asya Jivatvam Aropat, then Atra, then also Tata Sarga Brahmanoscha, then Atrapya Avrutinashena. These 6 slokas are this was the theme. Question is what? Then किसको बंधन है? परमात्मा को तो नहीं हो सकता, देहेंद्रिय आदियों को नहीं हो सकता, वो जड़ है. You know what is the answer? तुमको बंधन है. परमात्मा को नहीं बंधन है, पंचकोशों को बंधन है. किसको है? तुम. Then what said by Drigdushamik is तुमको कौन बंधन है? तुम ही बंधन हो. What is तुम बंधन? You are near the upadhis, you are bound. You are go away from upadhi and go to the self, you are liberated. Very trickish it is. If it is understood, it is so beautiful. Not understood, तो दिमाग खप जाता है. But Ishvara Guru Kripa hai, so that will be caught. Even if not today, maybe after some more rounds of listening to such a deep Shastra, deep Tattva. It's only the possibility understood. Then we have to work out on it through contemplation, meditation and all. It will take its time. ये सब मिलकर आध्यात्मिक जीवन धीरे धीरे करेंगे. While doing so for our own उपाधि protection, समष्टि उपाधि ईश्वर है उनको प्रार्थना करो. So in every life you will give a better, they have better equipments, less problematic, so that spiritual sadhana can go on well. That's the meaning of Suchinam Shivatange hai अथवा योगिनामेव भवति मता. If our upadhi is also से पुण्य करके प्रार्थना करने से उपाधि हमें ठीक रहेंगे. If I live 100 years healthily without any physical ailments and use all that time for my spiritual pursuit, why not? How good it would be. Wise and fine, no? What do we do? How do all the nutcut and papa, dushta durmarga, dharma? That invokes the bad bodies, which give us dukkha. Then we can't do sadhana. That is why Bhadram Pashyama Ashtavi Adyam Karnevi. We talk as Bhadram Karnevi Pashya Akshavi Pashyama as Paramatma Tattva. But at the lower level, with ears and eyes and all organs, we live life in such a way that we don't do any papa, which invokes the negative dukhi deha to us. That is the meaning there. व्यवहार लेवल में सब मिलकर शास्त्र होता है. ओम शांति. पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. Let's study Adhyatma Ramayana for some time.